Hi guys, it's me, Kat, Mrs. Handy. Are you? Hope you're all doing really well today. Uh, I have some, I have a recent video that I saw from Penguin 6, and I've done another video on this person before. Well, this one was a live stream. I saw it after the fact, so it wasn't one of his regular videos where it's edited and all. And you didn't see him at all in this live stream. But anyway, it said breaking, the title of it, breaking, riot fences up at the White House. So I took all the capitals from this headline, and it equals simple gematria 122. I'll go back a second. So I did breaking, RF for riot fences, and WH White House, and it equals the end is near. And there was a period at the end of the title, which is kind of strange. So I decided to do that separately. What I mean is I used all those caps and then I added the word period. Now I could have just said P, but I thought I'd just do the word. And in Jewish gematria, it was 1356, and it equals Virgin Mary. And in simple, it equals 189. My name before I came here, it equals. So I think we had Diana talking during that live stream. And you know, they can change their voices. I know some people don't think they can do that, but they're gods and goddesses, and I think they can do whatever they want, however they want. So I'm just going to say he for now. Penguin 6 says, breaking news from the White House. The riot control fences have been brought out of storage and installed the entire length of Pennsylvania Avenue. Riot control fences equals simple 211. It equals much ado about nothing. Isn't that great? So it's all fake. All the protests, all that you saw in the past, all the protests that already have gone on. By the time you see this, it will be over. Much ado about nothing. All fake. We have a riot control non-scalable fence, and non-scalable fence is 131, and that's John F. Kennedy. And you mentioned the crews were putting it up. To me, that was like, a movie production. And gigantic protests, he said gigantic protests, the Gaza protests, and he said 25,000 were expected. Protests for a ceasefire, that's what this was supposed to be about. Let's see, 25,000 equals simple 251, and it equals the event is coming soon. Message hidden in plain sight. And my cousin, Princess Diana. That matches. I'm sorry, I'm still hoarse. So, isn't that great? My cousin, Princess Diana. And it was pouring rain, like we're having right now. It was pouring rain when he was doing this live stream. Said that twice, maybe even 3 times. In Jewish gematria, it's 576, and it equals masquerades. Melania Trump. I am Mary Magdalene. So, Carolyn Bessette Kennedy was always Melania, and Diana was always Carolyn Bessette Kennedy. Isn't that confusing? So there never was a Melania, in my opinion. There never was a Carolyn Bessette Kennedy, or CBK as we call her. I think it's always just been Diana. And let's see, decode stay home because of what's going to be happening. And in simple, it's 154. I am the chosen one. And be ready, stay calm. And Penguin 6 said, I told my wife I'd get ice cream. Ice cream a couple of times, they said. And that would get her out would get her out in the middle of the night. I think that's how he said it, but I know at least it said out in the middle of the night. I know I got that part right. Like during the alerts, alarms, and all that, everybody runs out of their house or goes looking for fallout shelter. I don't know what'll happen, but ice cream is in Jewish, it's 136. Carrie Lake, team. And in simple, it's Mary, George, England, and me, Kathy. Although I always say Kat now, but whatever. So anyway, Carrie Lake is the two ladies, the twins, I'm pretty sure. 'Cause I've done a video on that before. And some fences we saw during the, okay, now he didn't say George Floyd, he said George, like almost like joy with a GE, George Floyd protests. And so I did it, I just changed the spelling. I don't know if this is right, but this is what I did. Goige, I don't know. And it's simple 43, and it's panic, false, and Diana with two N's. Then we have, he said, first line of defense, because they have, I guess there's two fences. And it also can look, you can think of that as like a war comm too, you know, the upcoming fake war. 570, and IMR, the Timberlark, it equals earthquakes. And in simple, it's 191 and the beginning of the end and completed mission, because I think all of this is already done and solved. And it's just like Q said, it's already completed, you know, and we're just like catching up, watching it play out. And then he said another funny thing right after that. Penguin 6 said, it's on my channel, not channel, you know, like ch. He said channel, like SH. So that was on purpose. And it's in simple gematria, it's 73, that's goddess, children, sacrifice, regret, but also redeemer, because I think when the ladies and maybe the guys, I'm not sure how many of these guys will be meeting the beast, but probably a few of them, at least 4 witnesses, if not more. And then everybody gets redeemed, and the curses get lifted from all of us. And I think maybe that's when our DNA just goes shooting right up and performing like it's supposed to. And healing everybody, healing yourself. It also equals simple gematria, channel. It's simple 73 equals I'm Batman. So likely when President Trump said that to his grandson, that little video clip, you can find it on YouTube. He said, I'm Batman. Likely he was Diana then. Let's see. 73 also equals Clifford, which is so funny because if you have kids or grandkids, you probably know about Clifford, the big red dog, and the books and the TV show. And to me, that's a reference to Diana. Isn't that funny? Because she's taller of the twins, Jackie and Diana. She'd be the taller one. And so Clifford, the big red dog, and you reverse dog to God, like God, goddesses. And let's see. Penguin 6 next says, they found a hand grenade at the police station. Like, that's another war comm to me. The protest is going to be a march. And that was the next thing he said. And march is like an army or something, like marching. Could also refer to the month of March, of course. And we're in January. And he said they were shaking the gates. And like, to me, that's like another earthquake reference. So Penguin 6 mentioned a statue of Rochambeau which I doubt I said that correctly, and that it was previously in the march, the anti-war march that they had in Washington, was previously vandalized. Excuse me, hang on a sec, sorry. And this will be a tough name to get, but Jean-Baptiste Donatien de Vimeur Comte de Rochambeau, a French nobleman who helped the 13 colonies win independence during the Revolutionary War. That's who that statue was for. So it's another war reference for winning our freedom back. You know, getting going back to a constitutional republic. And he mentioned the fence extends from 15th Street to 17th Street. You know, can you see my shirt? It's my New Hampshire shirt. Gosh, I didn't think it was up that high. Well, anyway, it says New Hampshire. I like it. Anyway, something new to wear. And he said, I'm actually going to be in the White House tomorrow morning. Biden's taking off about 10 a.m. in Marine One. I'll be covering that. So, you know, he's supposed to be a White House photographer on top of what other things that he does. I actually do need to go home and go to bed. I pulled a muscle in my leg. And pulled a muscle, because that's such an odd thing to say. And everything that this person says is COMMS. You know, either through gematria or just the double meaning like President Trump does. But pulled a muscle is simple is 144. It equals the time has come, and it equals corporation. And I just saw a brand new video by 4VKM. And VKM stands for Vincent Kennedy McMahon, who was and probably still is, I'm sure, in the head of WrestleMania. And for VKM is like 40 years of showing scenes and clips from wrestling and showing how it's following the plan and all the comms that they gave during these matches. It's really fun. And it's not just a guy. I think he calls himself Andrew. And now I've seen him on this video that just came out. Maybe he's been on before, and I've just missed him. But usually you just see video clips, going by really fast. And a lot of times I'd have to slow it down just to catch what was happening. And, on YouTube you can change the speed, in case you don't know, on your settings, like a little gear. On the video, you could slow it down and see what's happening or what you're missing. So he was explaining, and this Andrew person, and okay, wait, Andrew, he looks just like Junior, the body shape, all kinds of things about him makes me think of Junior. Now, for all I know, it could be one of the ladies with a mask, but, to me, just glancing at him, it looked like Junior. Let's see, and this was on YouTube. Now, 4VKM videos, I think, are usually on Rumble, but maybe they're on both for the moment. He also was saying that he's going to start a podcast on 2/21, coming right up, and I'm pretty sure this is what the year was, but to be honest, I'm not sure I have it right. It could be off by a year or two. But he said on 2/21/98, I think it was 98, that McMahon called it the corporation. And that was the 109th anniversary of us losing to the swamp, as Andrew put it on this little video. And that's when the city of Washington and the city of Georgetown were lost being a city, and they were made into the District of Columbia. And what did they call it? A territorial government. That's what they called it when it became Washington, D.C. And that's when we became a foreign corporation. So, yeah, 109 years ago, 1871. So if you want to look it up, it was the 21st of February, 1871. And I'm sure you'll find a lot of videos about what really happened. I'm sorry, I'm so hoarse. Let's see. So do you think, yeah, the question is, did something happen on the 21st? I don't know. I'm not sure if I'll get to it in this episode, but maybe. Talking about the Alamo. Now, I'll see if I can get to it. I'll try to be quicker. Something to do with the Alamo comes up in February. So there's other February important things happening in February that are like anniversary dates. Let me know if you think something's going to happen soon. I mean, I've been wrong so many times. Let's be honest. You know, I'm just trying. I'm trying. Just like everybody else. I mean, I have fun doing it. I hope you guys don't take it too seriously, because what are you going to do? We can't change it. It's going to happen when it's going to happen, you know? Let's see. And he said, my foot's killing me at 4:35. It was a very short video. And it made me think of Junior with the, supposedly, was it a broken ankle? That was all fake. Remember, that was a fake cast? And think about that, you know, when he had a fake cast on his leg, when he was supposed to be, you know, the plane went down and all that. Everybody said, oh, he hadn't recuperated, he shouldn't have been flying, and fake cast. Well, that's what we're seeing all the time now. We're seeing a fake cast of characters. And then he said, here's the truck. Long Fence Company. It was a white truck with that written on the door. Long Fence Company. It's probably the military undercover is what that really is, or the good military, whatever you want to call it. Long Fence Company. In Jewish gematria is 760. It equals Penguin 6. You think that's a coincidence? No. And it equals coincidental patterns. Also equals Massachusetts, New York City, the whole world, European Union, perfect alignment. So on April 8th, there's that total eclipse. In this comet, I don't know if any of this is true, but anyway, maybe that the whole comet thing is made up, probably. But the comet comes by, which I have a whole nother paper on, from Mr. MBB333, who likely is Diana too. Yeah, I mean, she's everywhere. She is everywhere. I used to think Junior was everywhere. Now I feel like Diana's everywhere right now. Let's see. So perfect alignment matches. So that was almost like all these places when it says the whole world, New York City, Massachusetts, perfect alignment. Will there be a war going on by the time we have the eclipse? I don't know. And the comet could look like, you know, the star in the sky, right? I don't know if that's kind of what they're trying to make the comet look like the star over Bethlehem. Like, would it be the star over us? Because remember how I said Karen Carson told me about an old Bible with a map in it, and it showed the United States is called Israel. Excuse me. So maybe that's what the comet is going to look like. Let's see. So Long Fence Company, like I said, in Jewish was Penguin 6. So in simple, it also equals lived in disguise. So like Penguin 6 lived in disguise. And no surrender, Q, like it's going to look like everybody surrenders to whoever's the bad guys, probably Russia and China and others, will look like they're against us. Um, he said, look, they've got a piece missing there. He's talking about the fence, literally. But they've got a piece missing there. They're going to fill it in. And to me, that's when everybody gets on TV or on video and they start telling the stories about what's really been going on and what happened in the Garden of Eden and all this stuff. And it's going to be shocking because he said the fence is pretty heavy right after he said that. And to me, that like the stories will just blow people away, you know. So it's like heavy, like intense, in other words. He said, go to the end of the fence line down by that giant steam thing, which looks like a bloody volcano today. Volcano comes. So we've had earthquake stuff and now volcano. And he says, it really does look like a volcano. And I think it might look like all of the volcanoes are erupting at one time. We're down to 17th, which is where the fence line ends. 17th Avenue. 17th Street, maybe, is more like it. Excuse me. So he mentioned 25,000 again. I'll be taking photographs and video. Yeah, right after he talked about volcano, right? I'll be taking photographs and video because that's what we'll be watching when all this comes out. Of, you know, volcanoes and fake events and people being swallowed up and and then he says, he ends it saying, quite the production. Like it is, it's a production. It's like, anyway, it's too funny, you guys. It's just too funny. Oh, I don't know. Let's see. How much time? I don't remember. Okay, so do we have time to do the Alamo? Probably. Yeah, okay. So the Alamo. So this was interesting. So right near Thanksgiving, I noticed that the emoji that we have for the date is what's usually red and white, and it says JUL for July and 17. You know, like we're always going, oh, that's for Q, you know, 17 and Q. And that's been how it is forever, as far as I know. Well, right at Thanksgiving last year on 2023, that date emoji changed from red and white to blue and white, and it said Feb for February and 24. So that was a big deal, you know. That was a really big deal. So let's see. Okay. And now I'm going to get back to why that date is a big deal. But so Tom Numbers, hey Tom, Tom Numbers has been saying, remember the 5th of November. And that, you know, that's one phrase that we've been told to remember. And that's about, they tried to blow up a parliament over there in London. I think it was the 1500s. And I think they call it the gunpowder plot. And 5th of November upcoming in 2024. Well, we're in 2024, but anyway, the 5th of November is our big election day because it's a leap year. And so it won't be the 4th, it'll be the 5th. But another thing that we're told to remember, besides the 5th of November, is remember the Alamo. So over here in the United States, we're told to remember that. And that happened. Now, I've got a little research on it with dates. The Alamo was in Texas, in case you're not from the United States. And it was about their fight for independence from Mexico. Okay, so February 23rd through March 6th, 1836, which is interesting because the 36 is a reverse 63, and that's when Kennedy took himself out of the picture President Kennedy exited stage right or left, and I thought that was important. Okay, so yeah, the battle lasted from February 23rd to March 6th, and let's see, there was James Bowie, or Bowie, like a Bowie knife is named after him, I'm pretty sure, and William Travis and David Crockett, like Davy Crockett, king of the wild frontier, and died there. But it was way more than these guys. It was over 200 more died at the Alamo. And let's see, several hundred years before the Alamo, the battles, it was a convent, which I didn't know, a mission convent. So let's see, I should just read it off. The Battle of the Alamo, 1836, was part of the Texas Revolution, and the Mexican state of Tejas, T-E-J-A-S, won their independence and became a self-governing Republic of Texas. So Tejas became Texas. And in 1833, Mexican President Antonio Lopez de Santa Anna abolished the Mexican Constitution. See, it was going pretty well for Mexico until, when he did that. So he got rid of the Mexican Constitution, which started the Mexican Civil War in 1824. Let's see. I might have that wrong. Sorry. 1833, he abolished the Constitution. Okay, let's leave it at that. And so he went from federalism to centralism, like, the big central government, like we don't like. And Tejas had had enough of that. They were far from Mexico City, the capital. They didn't like this centralized government. So on the 2nd of October, 1835, the Mexican army was sent to recover a cannon loaned to the town of Gonzales. And 18 men, 18 like R, 18 men refused. They said, nope, you're not coming to get the cannon, I'm keeping the cannon. Because that's what they were using for their defense. So they were on opposite river banks, which is interesting because it's kind of like what I talked a lot about near Christmas with the crossing the Delaware and all that. Who knows if that has anything to do with anything. So they looked for a way to cross the river, but by then there was 180 men on the other side refusing to give up the cannon, so there's a lot more. And they said they were fighting to uphold the Constitution of 1824. That's where that date comes in. That's the date of their Constitution. Let's see. So the Texans fired a shot at the Mexican army. They had been on the river kind of jostling at each other, and sounds like they were fighting. And then finally the Texans fired a shot. And then they moved to it started the revolution. The Texans moved on to the town of Bexarin, I don't know. In late October, that was the Battle of Gonzales. Then they had 400 volunteers, like James Bowie, James Fannin, and Juan Seguin, under command of Stephen F. Austin, Austin, Texas. And on the 28th, October 28th, 1835, the Texan army seized at San Antonio. They had a victory. And then the siege of the Alamo, 13 days under fire. Alamo had 18 usable cannons, approximately 150 men at the start. And then they had a meeting to talk, and they went to meet Mexican officials. Santa Anna's terms were to surrender, period. And meaning he'd decide surrender at discretion, meaning that the Mexican president, Santa Anna, he would decide their fate. Likely they wouldn't live. Then the other Alamo commander answered him to what his demand was with 18-pound cannon shots. We keep coming up with 18, and then the siege was started. Let's see. Yeah, on the 24th of February. Now, what was I just talking about? The date emoji changed from July 17th, which it always had been in the past, to February 24th, right? So here we have on 2/24/1836, William B. Travis wrote a famous letter asking for help to the people of Texas and all Americans in the world, ending with victory or death at the end of the letter. So then a few more men from Gonzales came to their aid at the Alamo, up to 200 men in total. And then on March 2nd, Texas declared independence from Mexico. More help was planning to come, but it was too late for them to get there. And then on March 6th at dawn was the 13th day of the battle. It lasted only 90 minutes, and all the defenders died, including former Tennessee Congressman David Crockett, and Santa Anna ordered all the men burned. That sounds like a sacrifice to me. And then there was an article about the battle. A gold and ruby ring is pictured, and it belonged to William B. Travis. And I don't think it's a coincidence that that's what we see. It's from a museum, like an Alamo museum, and to me, it looks like Juan O'Savin's, who's Diana, ruby ring. And there was another battle, the Texan Army under James Walker Fannin, so we have a J and a W, battled Mexican Army town near Goliad, Goliad, at the Battle of Coleto Creek. So Fannin surrendered, and he and his men marched back to the Presidio La Baja, on 3/27/1836. He and over 300 of his men were executed. So Fannin was one of the revolutionaries. So a lot of people fled towards Louisiana. Sam Houston had gone to Washington to form a provisional government with a new constitution. Let's see. And on 4/21, Texan Army under Sam Houston attacked Santa Anna's armies with cries, "Remember the Alamo," on the bank. This was on the banks of the San Jacinto River, and also the cries of "Remember Goliad, God and Texas." So on the 21st, they were crying out, "Remember the Alamo." So that last battle was only 18 minutes. It was a huge victory for the Texans. And the following day, the president of Santa Anna was captured and brought to Sam Houston. That was the 22nd of April. An agreement was made, and Republic of Texas was born. So I did the gematria on David Crockett, and it equals juniors, decode who I am, cowgirl, two-faced, take a bow, must take a stand on this, and the 10 crucial days, which is what they called the days in 1776, the American Revolution, from 12/24/76 to 1/3/77. Let's see. David Crockett equals the final battle in the art of war, and never forget. So remember the Alamo is, in simple gematria, it's 154. It's about time. Be ready, stay calm, which I've been getting quite a bit lately. So remember the Alamo equals be ready, stay calm. Plot twist, unexpectedly, false FLAG events, the end of times. And in Jewish gematria, remember the Alamo is America is attacked. freak out. God is laughing, and I am John F. Kennedy. So America is attacked is the important one, and I am John F. Kennedy makes me feel like that, they're signing this, like I always say, when you find their name. ALAMO equals simple, war, Big Bang, fired gun, and YMCA. I know that's weird, but YMCA is a song President Trump would play really often before rallies. And that, YMCA equals Alamo. Let's see, it equals NYC for New York City, hood, and the reason I thought that was important is there was a big FF, a false flappy thing, at Fort Hood in Texas. Let's see, Waco also matches Alamo. And that was another huge FF when under Clinton, Janet Reno had the FBI attack the Branch Davidian compound in Waco, Texas, and they burned them down. And that was another huge sacrifice to me. So that's why I think that was important, because there's FFs here listed with Alamo, and Alamo will be an FF, like the anniversary date, like a fake war that's going to happen. Alamo in Jewish is 102 equals faker, charade, and brief and decree. Like, to me, it's like the Biden, our character, telling us, in a briefing, we were attacked, which will be fake, I don't know if I should go into all this, but anyway, James Bowie, is in Jewish gematria at 1692, and it equals the greatest day in history. So I think, something big is coming. It's funny, it equals remember the 8th of November. I thought that was funny. And look at the silly little humans fighting matches James Bowie. And computer simulation reality matches. So everything looking fake, or not looking fake, but will be fake. James Bowie equals warrior, cowboys, thriller, submarine, final battle, prayers, art of war again. Let's see. And this year, because we're in 2024 now, it will be, 188 years since the Alamo. And let's see, 188 is simple gematria 231, and it equals what that phrase that President Trump said way back in, gosh, when was it? It must have been 2016, I guess, when he mentioned the calm before the storm. It must be the calm before the storm. So anyway, 188 matches that. So anyway, I know I went ramble, but there's so much information, it's hard to know what to tell you. But so February 23rd, the battle started for the Alamo, because it went from February 23rd to March 6th. So to me, it sounds like possibly, like I said, I've been wrong so many times, but February 23rd could be when it looks like we're attacked. And then maybe, and then the 24th, because remember the date emoji changed, and then the world would change and we'd like fight back maybe. Or maybe that's when it looks like the United States gives up. Maybe it looks like we're attacked and we give up on the 24th. That could also happen. So anyway, hope I didn't depress you. I don't mean to. I just want you guys to know all this stuff will be pretend, and to be calm, cool, and collected as much as you can be whenever in heaven's name this happens. That's the whole point of doing these. Anyway, and Mr. MBB333 is Diana. I just know it on YouTube. And he's talking about, talking a lot about the eclipse coming up April 8th, and let's see, and all full of comms. Also the comet, let's see, the comet is called APOPHUS, APOPHUS 99942, and APOPHUS, when you spell that all out, it's during a simple 340, and it's Jesus of Nazareth, King of the Jews. And Apophus, just plain Apophus in Jewish gematria, is 469, and it equals disasters, cause and effect. And in simple, it's doomsday, but don't panic. It's going to be fine. He said this thing's going to come eerily close to the earth. Here's the number if you want to look it up. Type in 999. He's telling us right there. Type it into gematria, you know, and look it up. 999. 999 in Jewish gematria, it's 282, and it equals fear not. And in simple, it's 126, 107, who is Diana. Also has been Jackie before, but to me, more often Diana. And it equals, also in Jewish 282, it's life goes on, and a girl archangel, and it equals thinner, because Diana's thin. Yeah. And let's see what I'm skipping around, but said this is something he's really emphasizing in this video. This was from the end of the year, but it's important. Here's the thing, guys. With this type of asteroid, it's big enough that, yes, Earth's gravity is going to influence the orbit of this thing. They're going to feel each other, absolutely, 100%. But what's not being talked about? Okay, here it is. And he said there's 2,349 objects identified around the asteroid. And they're listed, I think is how we put it. These things don't travel alone, man. This asteroid is part of a family. Is equals 84 in simple, and it's fake news. It's going to disturb, potentially, some asteroids that are already orbiting the Earth, but it's not going to be traveling alone. It's supposed to safely pass the Earth by the 16th and the 17th, and then away it goes. And then he said it's with a big family, meaning all of us. We're all part of his family, her family. A family of 50. Too focused on Apophus, some people will get drawn in. Asteroids will get drawn in towards Earth. The ones traveling with the big one. This is going to change its path, will alter its orbit. So someday the Earth's gravity rotations will, and then I didn't finish it, unfortunately. And he said fireballs into the atmosphere. Fireballs is gematria. Decode the end, and fake news. It's simple. They travel in a family. He keeps saying that. He's the leader of the pack. Just because he's the biggest. Well, Diana's the tallest, right? And then he says family members are a foot wide to 10 feet wide, meaning the asteroid's traveling with it, supposedly. Well, to me, that's a foot wide to 10 feet wide. Okay, that's shoe comms. You remember my shoe comms with Diana? And she's doesn't have huge feet, but she's got bigger feet, and it's size 10. Okay, so we've got a foot wide, so we have like a shoe, and then 10 feet wide in size 10. let's see, a quick update on the ancient time traveler and the solar eclipse. We're now, and on this day, when he was talking, we are now 100 days away from April 8th of 2024, when we'll be experiencing over here in North America a total solar eclipse. It's going to be joined by 17P Pons Brooks. I don't know why there's another name for the comet, but that's what it said. Coming into the solar system right now, into the solar system again. Well, 17P Pons Brooks is in simple gematria 269. You need to realize who I am equals that. Photo of the comet during one of its outbreaks. So maybe we'll have another disease passing through. Outbreaks. Said noticing a pattern. This is a comet that's going to join us during the solar eclipse. Noticing a pattern. Yeah, we're getting the pattern all through this with decoding. He's coming to town. He's going to be in the daytime sky. You might be throwing a fit. He said throwing a fit a few times. What they're noticing right now is a pattern with regard to, so didn't get that word. Throwing a fit is simple 150. It's Phil Godlewski, who's Diana and Junior, as far as I've figured out. And it equals another false thing on a flagpole, like a white flappy thing. False. F-L-A-G. He said this thing has ice volcanoes on it. When it does throw a fit, it puts off these jets, and these jets apparently come off both sides, giving this thing the appearance of having horns or wings. That's what he said. And let's see, to me, puts off these jets, and then these jets apparently come off. To me, that's like when all this happens, it's going to look like planes are falling out of the sky, maybe from an EMP or something. Yeah. So he said, or 3 times in a row, and that's simple 99. That's the event, and in Jewish, it's 390, the atomic bomb. Like that would be, and that's what an EMP could be, besides, solar activity causing it. But pretend that somebody shot one off way over up in the atmosphere, and it would cause an electromagnetic pulse. That's what they keep telling us in the past, anyway. So the atomic bomb could be just something that they pretend to shoot off, and then they shut everything off on us, because they've got control over everything. Anyway, so that was a long one. It felt long anyway. So I love you guys. I hope I didn't scare you. And take care of each other. Try not to be upset. And let me know what you think, please, in the comments, because I really like to hear what everybody thinks, Another thing I've been wondering with you guys is, what are your favorite shows? Because I keep hearing from other friends, they keep, almost every time I talk to someone, they mention a show that I've never heard of. So I was just wondering if you guys want to tell each other what some of your favorite ones are. I probably won't have time to watch them all or anything. I don't mean that, but maybe if you guys share it, other people that are reading the comments will go, oh my gosh, you never heard of that one, and you could give an idea of what they talk about. I think that'd be nice to share information like that. And anyway, I love you guys again. Take care. See you soon. Bye.